Hello, my name is Joel Chirinos. I'm the head of research and instructional services for the University Library. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Graduate College for their invitation of the library to present to you, graduate students, on the many resources that the library has to offer you. Whether you are a returning student, whether you are a continuous student and working on that second advanced degree, the library is going to play an important part of the research process and your academic careers here on out. So if there's anything that you need, any way that the library can support research that you're doing, please do not hesitate in contacting us. I would like to share with you a presentation that will discuss the different services and the different resources that the library has to offer you. We know that this advanced degree is a little different from your undergraduate work. So research becomes a little more intense. So throughout that process, throughout this investigation procedure that you may be taking, please note that the library will be here to support you throughout. So let me share this presentation with you and we'll go through it and answer some of the questions that you may have regarding what tools am I going to be using, what can I look for in the way of services, and how has the library changed in response to COVID and in response to safety measures. So let me share this with you and we'll proceed with the presentation. Again, my name is Joel Chirinos. I am the head of research and instructional services for the University Library. And you can reach me at joel.chirinos@utrgv.edu, or you can reach me at 882-7465. I do have offices both in Brownsville and in Edinburgh. So if there's anything that you need, you want to come by and visit us, you want to come by and meet with me here in my office, I have 2 locations where I'm available at. So some of the different library services that the library can assist you with are research services. Within that, you're looking for something for your class, you're looking for an investigation, you're looking for information to present. The library is going to be able to assist you with research services. Bibliographic instructional services, what that means is the librarian will assist you in teaching you how to use the library in a more efficient way, in a more efficient manner. So you can do that both virtual or in a face-to-face setting. Currently, we are doing both. We are able to provide you with virtual instructional sessions or face-to-face. And the way this works is that your professor will contact the library, and then we will either go into your class, you will come to the library, or we will do this virtually. So you may see us again throughout the semester if your professor contacts us, and we'll provide an instructional sessions for your class. Serials and electronic resources. This is a collection of magazines, journals, newspapers that you can use for your research. So these are electronic resources that are available for you 24/7, 365. And that's one of the things about the library, is that the library's website and its virtual resources are available for you and readily available 24/7, 365. So we'll share with you what the library website looks like. And from there, you have access to thousands upon thousands of resources that are available electronically for you 24/7. At the library, both physical locations in Edinburgh and Brownsville, we do have computer workstations. So if you do need to come by the library, we do have some computers that you can utilize when you are here within the buildings. Research consultations. This is a little different from our bibliographic instructional services, because with research consultations, we are meeting with you one-to-one in a virtual setting or in a face-to-face setting. So if you contact us and you let us know, okay, I'm available on this day at this time, we can set up a meeting where you can meet with us virtually, or you can come by our offices and we can sit down with you and assist you in your research. Both libraries do have an open study space. So if you need a quiet place to study, you need a quiet place to work and spread out your materials and start organizing your data or your information, we do have open study space. We do have an Office of Scholarly Communications, which will assist you in copyright and publishing support. So if you have any questions about copyright, or later on throughout your academic careers, if you want to start publishing information, or you want to start publishing some of the data that you've amassed within your studies, contact the Office of Scholarly Communications and they will be able to assist you with that. We do have an Ask a Librarian chat service that is staffed from when the library opens until 8 o'clock in the evenings, and at 6 o'clock on Fridays, ready to assist you, ready to aid you in your research inquiries that you may have at the comfort, excuse me, of a chat service. So that's available to you as well. We do offer poster printing. So if you need to present something in a class and you want to add a little bit of flair to it, or you want to add a little bit of something to a presentation, we do offer poster printing, and we do offer archival research. So if there is anybody that is focusing on history of the Rio Grande Valley, history of Texas, history of Matamoros in Mexico, Reynosa, and northern Mexico, the archival department within the library has an extensive amount of resources that may aid you in your research. Some of the different collections that the library consists of: we have an ebook collection, and within an ebook collection, these are books that can be read, utilized virtually. And these are available for you 24/7. So even when the library is closed in the evenings and you need books on a weekend and we are closed, these ebook collections and these resources are still readily available for you through our website. We have a collection of archives and special collections, as I mentioned earlier. This is our hub. This is where our resources are stored, that are old newspapers, that are old manuscripts, that are land deeds and different things of research within history and that nature of materials. So if anybody's interested, we have a facility in Edinburgh and we have a facility here in Brownsville as well. Government documents: we are an officially sanctioned government documents repository. So we have official government documents that are sent to us. And so if anybody's doing research within government or wants to see different resources that are published officially by the government, we do have resources in that nature. General and research collections include encyclopedias and include different resources that may aid you in research in book format. So if there's anything that you're interested in and your professor is inquiring or asking you to use print resources such as encyclopedias, we do have a collection of those research collections within the libraries. We have a juvenile literature collection, and this is a children's section within the book. And so these books are used for children's literature. So say you are studying education and you need to know what a typical child's book on a particular topic is about and how those are written. That's when the juvenile literature collection comes in. So we have a collection in Brownsville as well as a collection in Edinburgh. Online journals. Now I want to stop here real quick, because as you progress through your academic career at this level, more and more your professor is going to be requiring you to find research that is coming from scholarly resources, peer-reviewed resources, and you'll be hearing that throughout the semester. A lot of that information within our library comes from the online journals. So if you need to utilize those online journals, they are available from our library's website 24/7, and you're going to have the ability to print, read, email, save all these different online journals when needed, or when asked, or when they're going to be utilized for research. You have access to these resources within the library's collections. Our electronic databases, that is actually where you are going to go to access these online journals. So when you are ready to sit down and do your research, when you are ready to organize your data, what you're going to do is you're going to look through these electronic databases to find and retrieve your information. And as a undergraduate student, you may have already become familiar with some of these databases, but as you progress, you're going to be utilizing these databases more and more. Research guides are supplemental tools, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through the presentation. But these research guides have been set up by the librarians to include quality resources that'll get you started on your research and start thinking about different research topics within the discipline. So we'll talk a little bit more about these as we go through the presentation. Our digital library. So we do have a digital library and a massive collection of resources that are amassed through the digital library, and they range on all sorts of topics and all sorts of resources. So check them out, as well as some of the other collections that we've been discussing and we've been showcasing within this presentation. And again, if there is ever a situation when you need assistance, do not hesitate to come by and look for us. As we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, when it comes to graduate level type research, things change dramatically from when you were an undergraduate student. And those of you that are seeking a second or third degree, or maybe continuing on a doctoral program, you're going to know that the research does become a little more intense. And it's all about the quality of that information and the sources of where you're going to go to find that information. So let me break down the different sources of quality information that you can obtain within the library. And that information comes from books, which are going to provide you with facts, with explanations. We discussed this a little bit earlier with our encyclopedias. The journals, and these journals, again, this is something that you are going to hear about as you progress through the semester. What are you going to find within these journals? You're going to find literature reviews, you're going to find studies, you're going to find data, you're going to find facts, figures within these journals, and these are research-based. Magazines will provide you with information on news. Newspapers will also provide you with information on news. And the difference between the journals and magazines and newspapers are that with journals, these journal articles are written by scholars in particular fields and particular disciplines, and they range on a variety of disciplines and a variety of subjects. So whether you're studying education, you're going to find journals that deal with that. If you're studying psychology, you're going to find journals that deal with that. So regardless of discipline, regardless of what program of study you've opted to go through, you're going to find journals within that discipline and within that subject area. So again, if you need help, let us know. We can assist you with that. Trade publications. Trade publications are resources that provide you with news and announcements on a particular field and a particular discipline. Now, these are not necessarily scholarly peer-reviewed, but they do come in handy when you want to know what is happening within a particular subject area, field, or discipline. Websites can provide you with a lot of information, but you really need to be careful when you start picking and choosing information from websites, because you don't want to use anything that just has been placed on a particular website or is out there on the internet. You need to check for its credibility. You need to check for its reliability. You want to see who is publishing this website and who has distributed this website. So with all this information, it may become difficult to start disseminating and processing this. And again, when it comes to the library, we can assist you with these different sources of quality information. Research guides, going back to this that was mentioned a little earlier, these are created by UTRGV librarians and library staff, and these are going to provide you with helpful information on a variety of topics and subjects. And these are set up by different disciplines, and they're going to provide you with different tips and different library procedures. And we'll show you an example of what we're talking about a little bit further in the presentation. But keep these in mind, because these could be highly beneficial and can provide you with a lot of information that maybe you weren't aware of, and it is a good jumping off place. So if you are confused about what to write within your discipline, check out these research guides, and they may be able to assist you in making some determinations and making some decisions as to what angle you want to pursue when it comes to your research. So here's an example of what the research guides look like. As you can see, there are several different subjects that have already been created. They deal with anthropology, art, biology, business, chemistry, and these are ever growing. So if you don't see a discipline that is here, we're more than likely working on it and in the process of putting that information together. And again, this is credible, reliable information that the librarians have gathered, have amassed, and are putting as part of this research guide. And if you need access to the website to them, it's utrgv.libguides.com/research guides. So again, a lot of information, a lot of great information, and a really great place to start thinking about research and how to go about doing it, and access to contact information so that you can receive some assistance if you need it. As you progress and as things begin to move fairly quickly within this program of study, it's important to know what databases to utilize and what databases might be beneficial when you're getting started with the research process. So here is a list of several multidisciplinary periodical databases. And again, we discussed what a database is. It's this collection of information, and this is where you're going to go into to find that information that you're looking for from journals, from biographies, from online encyclopedias, and all of these different sources of information. So here are some multidisciplinary periodical databases that you may want to consider. Again, there are over 300 databases. This is just a small fraction of some of the databases that the library subscribes to and you have access to. So one of them is Academic Search Complete. It's a wonderful general database, but will also provide you with scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Sage Research Methods. You are starting the research process and you want to know more about how research is organized, how things work, check out Sage Research Methods. EBSCO eBooks. This is a collection of electronic books that are available, as we mentioned, online, and it's a collection that encompasses all sorts of titles, all sorts of authors, all sorts of subject areas and disciplines. New York Times is a newspaper database that will provide you with historical information, will provide you with current information. So it's a wonderful database if you're looking for news that is up to the minute and historical in a sense. JSTOR is one of the more scholarly databases that we have and is also chock full of primary sources. If your professor is discussing primary sources and is asking you to look for primary sources, JSTOR would be a wonderful database to utilize. Science Direct is a very comprehensive database that deals with sciences, and it deals with both the hard sciences as well as the social sciences. So if you're looking for psychology or you're looking for biology, this database is very comprehensive, and the resources that you're going to find within them are very scholarly, very peer-reviewed, and top-notch when it comes to the information that can be gathered within that database. So Science Direct. RefWorks is a bibliographic management system. So if you have started utilizing your collection of resources, this is very similar to tools such as EndNote or Zotero, where you have these tools where you can start gathering your information and also creating bibliographies, works cited pages. So this is what RefWorks will do for you. So it's a very great database to get to know because it can really assist you in the management of your resources and your research. Web of Science, another very comprehensive database, but it does deal again with the sciences, so it is science-based. So it's a database that we highly recommend and that we would encourage you to utilize because it hits on a lot of different subject areas within science that can, again, start expanding and start growing the research process and the research method that you may take when it comes to your resources that you want to start collecting. This is what the library website looks like. It has been revamped, so it is a brand new look and it is a brand new site. Their information is the same, the resources are the same, but the look and the feel is a little different. If you want to access our library website, we ask you to log on to utrgv.edu/library. And again, this is a resource that is available for you 24/7, 365. So you have a lot of resources you can do, a lot of service information, a lot of services that are provided and you can find right through our website. So if you're interested, check it out. Again, www.utrgv.edu/library. If you need some assistance, you can visit us both on the Edinburgh campus as well as the Bronzeville campus. You can reach us at 882-8221 on the Bronzeville campus, 665-2002 on the Edinburgh campus. You can text messages, questions both on the Edinburgh campus as well as the Bronzeville campus. You can ask a librarian via chat a question, so that's available to you from our library's website. You can email me directly at joel.chirinos@utrgv.edu. Again, the library's website is www.utrtv.edu/library, and our research and instruction department, where we deal with assisting you, teaching you, and aiding you in research and instruction. We can be reached to our direct email at researchandinstruction@utrtv.edu. So we want to wish all of you a wonderful semester, a wonderful program of study. And again, if there is anything that you need, do not hesitate to visit us, call us, contact us via text, via chat, via email, and we'll be happy to assist you. So have a wonderful semester and have a great program of study, and we'll see you later.